Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Monaghan here with Todd Monaghan Fishing. Many people have asked me, especially Timmons, how to fry fish. So I'm going to go over how to fry saltwater fish, freshwater fish. Rule number one, most importantly, we don't want to cook soggy fish. So all this fish right here was out of the vacuum sealer. I'm going to lay it down. There's some red grouper. We have some red snapper. Oh no, that's catfish. Some more catfish. And then we're gonna do some crappie nuggets. There's walleye and crappie nuggets. So we got a little bit of everything there. So put this right there. I personally like to take a towel and just lay a towel down, and my wife is the best. She lets me cook fish, clean fish, all in the kitchen. So I'm gonna make sure all my fish is dry. Step number one. Just simply laying down a piece of paper towel, patting it down. I'm gonna flip and feel my fish to make sure that it is dry. And then I'll go over the other side. Step number one. A real important step is getting the fish dry, making sure the fish is dry. You can do paper towels like I did earlier, or you can do the towel. The thing I like about the towel is it really, really, really soaks the water up off of both sides. And if you see here, I got these big slabs of grouper here. Then on that next layer, I have the crappie and all that stuff, and some grouper cheeks. And then on that next layer, more grouper, more crappie, and it's much, much drier than that paper towel gets. It's paper towel soaks through, so I'm a fan of using the towel. And step number two, we're just going to prepare nuggets. Most saltwater fish, when you're filleting, you're just ready to get done. Been a long day on the water. I'm gonna make sure that I have all the bones out. I'm gonna feel my fish. Then I'm gonna cut around the bones. And then just make the slices. Depending on how big you like your meat or how thick you like your meat, you can bring the knife in half here, and then you can slice, you can fillet them that way, or you can even make another cut. Or maybe you have some people that like them thin, some people don't like them thick. Just make sure that if you're dropping you're leaving the thicker pieces in long enough, and you are not leaving the thin pieces in too long. And now we'll move on to the next step. All right, cool. Okay, so there's a couple different ways that you can do when you're going with the Cajun seasoning. You can do it dry or wet. The only time I go dry is when I'm doing the Cajun. So I have a King cooker right here. This is if you want your fish lightly seasoned. Lightly seasoned. So I will take my nuggets here. These are grouper nuggets. You can do this with crappie nuggets. You can do this with whatever kind of fish you want to do it with. Okay, so I got my seasoning on the bottom there. Slit this on the top. Set that down. And I'm just gonna shake, shake, shake.
Okay, country boys are not allowed.
All right, so we have that there. Pop it open, bam, and we're just ready to go. Lightly seasoned. Now, I like a lot of crunch and a lot of seasoning on mine, so I thought they weren't gonna taste very good lightly seasoned, but saltwater fish tastes great lightly seasoned. So we got my preacher, we got some good old folks around here. My preacher, he brought this fryer here. Where'd you get that fryer from?
We bought the fryer from webstaurant.com. It was fairly inexpensive. I think it was about $165. And we've used this. This will be the second time. But the first time we used the Galaxy cooker here, we fried up enough fish to feed, I think it was about 75 people. And we've not had any trouble out of it at all. And it's been a great product for us.
Who caught those fish?
I think the master fisherman Todd did.
Hey man. I let my fish sit in there for a little bit, pull them out, straight into the batter. Of course, we don't want to get all clumpy. These are smaller. When I have a lot of people to feed, I'll go smaller. They can come right out of the fryer a lot faster. I'm gonna take that spoon and I'm gonna make sure I get every inch of that catfish or whatever fish it is, especially with this, when I'm going Cajun, I'm gonna bash that flavor in. And I'll get a little flip, little flip, little flip, little flip. We'll do that to the same thing, same process on the other side. Now what I use is 2 eggs and a little bit of milk. You can go 1 egg, you can go just milk. For my batter, you can never go wrong with Zatarans. You can never go wrong with this New Orleans seasoning. It doesn't have such a kick to it, but when I want that kick, this is my go-to every time. That Andy's fish breading. So, for me, I think it really makes a difference patting that fish. If you don't want it light, pack it on. My buddy Joe Mack, he will do this process 2 different times. And I don't think there's a need for that.
Looks like doing that method keeps the batter from getting clumpy.
Keeps it from getting clumpy, yes sir. Okay, so we're gonna throw these right in here. And now watch how long, it doesn't take much time at all. About ready over there, preacher?
I think so.
All righty. Oh yeah, that looks tasty.
Yeah, it does. Too bad it's too hot to grab right now.
So here with this regular fish fry, it's more floury or flour based. Speaking of flour based, I love to use pancake batter. Pancake batter, and you put some Zatarans or just salt and pepper in there. But with this, I'm normally use a little bit chunkier fish, but it doesn't matter. But that matting process, I take a little bit more time to make sure I get them done. I want to flop them both sides, good pressure. Because even after all that pressure, it's still not caked on there. So I want to make sure it's on there. So this is still the catfish. And this is exactly what I'm going to do with my crappie. This is exactly what I'm going to do with my freshwater fish and my saltwater fish. Then just simply drop it in. Pull it out. Now I like them nice and crispy, not so golden, but the next batch I'll pull out just a little sooner so the people that do like them golden and crispy can have them that way. And then the finished product is good food, good friends, and good people.